watching KCRG TV 9. Now, from your 24-hour news source, this is KCRG TV 9 News at 10.
The fight for Iowa, with only a handful of electoral votes up for grabs. A look at why presidential candidates are investing so heavily in the Hawkeye state.
I've agreed to over $2 trillion worth of cuts. In some cases, going against what folks in my party thought were pretty important.
In a one-on-one interview with TV9, President Obama talks about everything from budgets to being a parent. Women's issues have been one of the sticking points for candidates this campaign season. Our own Bruce Owney was able to sit down with President Obama today to discuss the issue of mixing family and politics.
Beth, a Democratic strategist named Hillary Rosen has really been the talk of the political world today. It's all because of comments she made in a cable TV interview last night about Ann Romney, the wife of Republican presidential candidate Mitt Romney. I asked the president for his response to that today, but first he told me what he thinks the possibilities are of him working with Republicans on a budget plan.
I think it is entirely possible for us to compromise not just on deficit reduction, but also on growth, because ultimately what people care about is, are we creating opportunity for middle-class families that have been feeling less and less secure? And the problem I've got when I look at the Republican budget is that they basically want to go back to the same theories that we tried for the 8 years before I came into office. And during that time, we had incredibly sluggish job growth. We saw wages and incomes for middle-class families actually go down when you adjusted them for inflation. Manufacturing left our shores, so there was a lot of outsourcing going on, and it culminated in the worst financial crisis and economic crisis we've seen since the Great Depression. So it's not as if we haven't tried their theories. We had big tax cuts in 2001, big tax cuts in 2003. That helped contribute to an expanding deficit. And I think the American people understand we need to move in a better direction.
I need to get a response from you to the issue that's the big buzz of today, and that's Hillary Rosen's comments last night on cable television about Ann Romney, that she hasn't worked a day in her life, that she should not be really commenting or has nothing to do with the issues that are facing American women today. Ann Romney responded very quickly. People in your campaign responded very quickly. But what's your response?
Here's what I know, that there's no tougher job than being a mom. And when I think about what Michelle's had to do, when I think about my own mom, a single mother raising me and my sister, that's work. So anybody who would argue otherwise, I think, probably needs to rethink their statement. More broadly, I don't have a lot of patience for commentary about the spouses of political candidates. My general view is those of us who are in public life, we're fair game. Our families are civilians. I haven't met Ms. Romney, but she seems like a very nice woman who's supportive of her family and supportive of her husband. I don't know if she necessarily volunteered for this job, so we don't need to be directing comments at them. I think me and Governor Romney are going to have more than enough to argue about during the course of this campaign.
The president's people were quick to point out today that Hillary Rosen really has nothing to do with the president's re-election campaign. If you'd like to see my entire interview with President Obama today, you can check it out on KCRG.com. Reporting from Washington, Bruce Owney, KCRG TV 9.
Thank you, Bruce. Well, along with TV9, the White House also selected a handful of reporters from TV stations in Ohio, Missouri, and Nevada to talk with the president today. All are swing states critical in the November general election, and TV9's Chris Earl joins us. Chris, you say Iowa is critical to the plans of both President Obama and likely Republican presidential candidate Mitt Romney.
Beth, here in Iowa, we really are the 1% we constantly hear about. Iowa holds 1.1% of the 538 electoral votes. Yet the White House is making it clear just how important Iowa's 6 electoral votes are. Since January 1st, the White House has made plenty of time for Iowa. President Obama visited a Cedar Rapids manufacturing facility in late January.
Thank you, everybody. God bless you. God bless America.
And in 2 stops by Vice President Joe Biden in February and March,
Manufacturing is back.
Along with access to one-on-one interviews with both Vice President Biden last month and with President Obama on Thursday afternoon, this shows the need to build support in Iowa.
With Obama running on his record, does not have that enthusiasm that you saw in 2008 for him, that he's going to have to work a little bit harder, and one way to do that is to reach out to local media and try to make those connections early and maybe often.
Yet prominent Republicans also found time Thursday to get their message out to counter the president's.
For the first time in about 4 or 5 years, Republican registration is higher than Democrat registration. So that's another reason that I think that they would pay a lot of attention.
Both sides should pay attention. In 2000, Democrat Al Gore won Iowa by 0.3%. 4 years later, Republican President Bush won re-election thanks to a 0.7% margin in Iowa. 2008 was the outlier, with then-Senator Barack Obama capturing Iowa by more than 9%. In 2010 was a Republican year here, with Terry Branstad winning the governor's office and congressional races tightening up. Now it's all part of the strategy we see 8 months before election.
If Obama is able to define Romney this early in the campaign in very negative terms, it's going to hurt down the road. So the Republicans want to have that fast response.
We also have an expanded piece on the political atmosphere for Iowa for November's general election, including my full interview with Senator Grassley. That's online. Just connect with KCRG.com. Beth.
Interesting. Thank you, Chris. Well, now we turn to Joe for a look at that first forecast. It does include a bit of rain.
And it's finally moving into portions of our viewing area. It's taken its time, but take a look. You see just on our western edge right now, over toward Grundy County, some scattered light showers, Franklin County as well. It has still been dissipating, though, as it's pushed to the east. The atmosphere here is still very, very dry, with dew points hovering right around 30 degrees. Now, take a look at our current temperatures. Key West at 47, 49 right now at the Dubuque Airport, 55 in Evansdale, 55 degrees right now in Coralville, still mild in downtown Cedar Rapids. We're at 58, the airport 47, Marion at 50 degrees. Your planner does include a chance of showers, mainly for our western viewers, very light at midnight with 49 degrees. We all get a chance of some showers, maybe a storm overnight, 44 degrees by 6 a.m. Along with the rain, we're going to see a threat of severe weather. Look at that, a slight to moderate risk of severe weather building as we head towards Saturday. We'll pinpoint that threat and take a look at the 7-day forecast coming up. Beth?
Sounds great. Thanks so much, Joe. In a follow-up tonight, we're learning more about human remains found in Henry County last month. On March 17th, 2 children discovered a human skull along Old Highway 34 near Mount Pleasant. Investigators later found more skeletal remains at that scene. Nearly a month later, a forensic examination has determined the remains were that of a woman between the ages of 24 and 32. She appears also to be between 5'3" and 5'7" tall. The examination also suggests that the woman died last summer or early fall. Now, the remains will still go on to a crime lab for more testing, but authorities have said it's possible the remains are of that woman that you just saw, 24-year-old Jackie Duthert of Mount Pleasant. That woman has been missing since last May. A Jackson County man died today after a tractor flipped and pinned him to the ground. The sheriff's office says 77-year-old Richard Ganser was trying to remove a fallen tree with the tractor when it flipped. That accident happened off Iron Bridge Road in rural Spragueville. A prostitution sting in Coralville led to the arrest of 17 people this week. 20 local and federal law enforcement agencies took part in the 2-day sting. 17 arrests in one case may sound like a lot, but officials say they weren't surprised. They even said they could have used more help to arrest even more people.
We didn't have enough investigators to arrest all the people that we could have. We had to turn people away.
Prostitution is an aggravated misdemeanor. Officials say they're still following leads and there could be more arrests to come. A Dubuque County jury may consider whether prostitution played a role in a kidnapping and sex abuse case. 34-year-old Scott Robinson is on trial for first-degree kidnapping and second-degree sexual abuse. Police say he was trying to rape a woman in his apartment last October. His former cellmate, Levi Rowe, says Robinson told him several versions about what happened that day. One story suggested the victim presented herself as a prostitute.
And another one is the same story, but she wanted some money. And then she wanted some dope.
364 Bill Street.
Robinson did not take the stand in his own defense in this case. Closing arguments should begin tomorrow. Cedar Rapids letter carriers rallied today to try to save the U.S. Postal Service. we take a look at what they say will destroy the post office once and for all. And in sports, Scott Sable presents this week's Athlete of the Week, one that's gone undefeated this season. First, here's a look at the most talked about stories on KCRG.com today. Stay with your 24-hour news source, KCRG TV 9.
Live from your 24-hour news source in high definition, Bruce Owney, Beth Malicki, Joe Winters, and Scott Sable Sports. This is KCRG TV 9 News at 10.
Are you living with an ugly kitchen? Then do something about it. Visit the RJ Center in Cedar Rapids or KBD in Iowa City.
The RJ Center, where great ideas for your home come together.
If you're looking for a great deal on an award-winning Subaru, Dave Wright Subaru is the right place to go. Subaru has been rated the best overall manufacturer and the only manufacturer with the IIHS top safety pick for all models 3 years in a row. And right now is a great time to buy with payments as low as $159 a month on the all-new Subaru Impreza.
We have the right cars at the right place at the right price. I'm Dave Wright, and I promise you the right deal.
Dave Wright Nissan Subaru, the right place to buy your next vehicle.
In medicine, trust is everything. The trust our patients have in our expertise and counsel. The trust other eye doctors put in us when they refer their patients. Because of this trust, we're able to bring high-quality, specialized eye care services to you, close to home. Leading-edge technology, experience, and expertise are why more Iowans trust Wolf Eye Clinic for their eye care. Wolf Eye Clinic. Better vision for a better life.
I was IMing Melissa about how dorky my boss is and accidentally sent it to him.
Let's get you to Who Hot. Finally, a place where you can't make a wrong choice. Because even though Who Hot offers 21 veggies, 8 different proteins, 3 styles of noodles, and 23 different sauces, there's no wrong way to put them together. So step up to the grill, because no matter what combination you like, it's all gonna taste great. The Who Hot Grill. You can't screw this up.
Why not have what you really want? An efficient, beautiful kitchen. With our price match guarantee, be assured of the best possible pricing.
The RJ Center, where great ideas for your home come together.
It's not like I can fire Berta. Sure you can. Frankly, I never cared for the woman.
You rat bastard.
Next, 2.5 Men.
It looks like Iowa City Community School District will have the number of students needed to begin working on another secondary building by 2015. A newly released projected enrollment report indicates the district will continue to be one of the fastest growing in the state throughout the next several years. Iowa City School District's current policy is that it'll begin budgeting and designing a third district high school or secondary building once enrollment projections reach 3,750. Current high school enrollment is at just more than 3,400. The Cedar Rapids City PTA hosted a community discussion tonight on gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgendered issues facing students. The event was held at Roosevelt Middle School, and panelists agreed that society is more accepting of these people in general, but that families and schools specifically still should do more to support students who are coming out of the closet.
We want a very safe environment for everyone, and that we want everyone to know that they are respected and they count and that they belong.
A principal said that Kennedy High School strives to have a culture that makes all students feel welcome, but that staff members are not trained in how to deal with issues specific to gay, lesbian, bisexual, or transgendered students. Today, parents and students protested the visit of a Board of Regents member. Regent and Linn-Mar Superintendent Katie Mulholland visited UNI to give a guest speech. Students and parents are angry over the recent decision to close UNI-owned Price Lab Elementary School, and it's also a secondary school, as well as cuts to dozens of undergraduate and graduate programs. Mulholland oversaw a Regent subcommittee that pushed for those cuts. A handful of letter carriers rallied to support their fellow postal workers today. The Save America's Postal Service happened outside of the Cedar Rapids Post Office. This was one of nearly 200 other rallies across the nation trying to, what they call, save the post office. Cedar Rapids protesters said they are just there to support postal workers nationwide.
We're fortunate in Cedar Rapids that our
our main post office, our plant, gets to stay open, but in many places, plants would close.
Save the Postal Service as we know it today.
This day of action was to protest a national bill that aims to end Saturday mail delivery as well as door-to-door delivery. The National Association of Letter Carriers say the bill could potentially tear apart the post office. Joe says we could see that rain move in overnight. He's up next with a look at even storms on the horizon and how that could affect your weekend plans. Stay with KCRG TV 9.
KCRG TV 9 News is brought to you by Hometown Restyling.
The Cedar Rapids Colonels are playing at home this weekend, and it will be the place to party. This Friday, the first 1,000 fans will receive a free Colonels Clover keychain, and you can join our mug club. It's just $5 for a mug of beer, and refills are $2.50 every Friday. Sunday, kids 12 and under can go on the field for our candy drop. You're all invited to the Colonels this weekend for the biggest party around. It's a party at the park. Join us at the stadium this weekend. The Cedar Rapids Colonels are home. Visit colonels.com for more party details.
These three best friends have never driven a Ford. That's why we swapped their imports for a Fusion. Make me want the Fusion.
It's pretty, it's fun to drive. The sync system in the Fusion is amazing. Hey guys, have fun without me. And the fuel efficiency. Up to 33 miles per gallon. Pretty awesome. After driving the Fusion, I have no idea why I've always driven an import.
Get a Fusion with 0% financing for 60 months, plus $250 bonus cash and $750 extra for your trade.
I love these girls, but I did not want to give them the car.
This Italian BMT is amazing. Like I'm in Italy.
Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao.
Dude, try the Delizioso Italian BMT, one of our fresh takes on Italian. Subway, eat fresh.
KCRG Weather Now, your 24-hour weather source.
The final days are here for Homemaker's store-wide tax relief sale plus financing until January 2013. Yes, you have to pay the sales tax. It's the law. But right now, Homemakers will discount your purchase an amount equal to the sales tax and give you financing if paid by January 2013. Find great new looks and all the top-name brands. Now's a perfect time to bring your home to life with this great transitional sofa from Flex Steel. Plus, the final days of the tax relief sale and financing only at Homemakers.
No more. Taco John's bold new salads. The Chipotle barbecue chicken salad with bold jalapeno ranch. Or the Cran apple chicken almond salad with zesty raspberry chipotle vinaigrette.
Now, the first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Joe Winters.
It was a quiet day today. Temperatures stayed in the 50s for the most part, and then slowly we watched those skies thicken with some clouds later in the day, but plenty of sunshine still filtered through, making it a nice sunset. 47 degrees right now in Cedar Rapids, 53 degrees in Waterloo, 50 degrees in Iowa City. As you can see, much warmer than the previous 3 nights. We're not going to have any freezing temperatures. Winds remain from the east and southeast. They'll turn a little more southeasterly as we head through the night, up to about 10 miles per hour in Charles City. I think we may actually see those winds pick up a little bit overnight, and tomorrow we are going to deal with a stronger southeasterly wind. That'll start to bring up some moisture right now. We're still pretty dry in eastern Iowa. Western Iowa has seen on and off some light showers move through, but as they've begun to enter eastern Iowa, a lot of that has dissipated. We do notice a little light precipitation now in Franklin County, just beginning to move into the TV9 viewing area over toward Tama County. So some light precipitation and another wave building off to the southwest will move through tonight. Nothing tonight will be severe. In fact, may not even see any thunderstorms tonight. That activity could stay just off to our west. Now, we again could see an isolated storm build as we head toward the morning hours. Then you can see there's moisture all the way back across the Rockies. That'll continue to advance upon the state for the next several days. Let's give you a look at Pinpoint Futurecast. Time it out for you at midnight. Pretty quiet. That rain is out there. It's slowly moving in. Notice through the morning hours, it's pretty quiet. Then by noon, there's another wave of moisture moving in. Certainly could see some thunderstorms by that time. Scattered areas of showers still with us as we head through Friday evening. Then Saturday's the day we really need to watch. It starts off pretty quiet in the morning, but then some showers and storms develop from the west and move through during the afternoon. These have the potential to be severe, and that threat would last into Saturday night and early Sunday morning as well. We'll see a severe threat. We'll also see some heavy rain threat. In fact, right now, the rainfall potential over the next 5 days from 1 to about 3 inches across eastern Iowa. Some spots under those thunderstorms could be a bit heavier. And there's also potential for severe weather, particularly on Saturday. Got to concern ourselves. There's going to be a tornado potential from noon until about 6 p.m. As we take a look, the potential would be generally from Prairie to Sheen, all the way back toward Cedar Rapids, over toward Dubuque, kind of in the center part of the state right now. That's the area we'll be watching on Saturday, certainly for that potential for that severe weather developing. 44 degrees in Cedar Rapids, 44 in Iowa City tonight. Southeast winds right around 10 to 20. A scattered shower or storm possible. Tomorrow, a little better chance. Again, they will be scattered, though. There'll be plenty of dry periods as well, with a southeast wind at 15 to 25. There's your 3-day forecast. The severe threat Saturday. 72 on Sunday, not bad. Cooling down, though, behind that system on Monday. We're at 54 degrees. Tuesday down to 49. Still a few scattered showers. With that severe threat coming our way, great chance tonight to sign up for TV9's weather call. Go to KCRG.com. It's the service that finds your phone. Whatever address you enter, if you have a smartphone, it'll find you and give you all the warnings you need. All the information available right now. Click on the weather call button, KCRG.com.
Great idea.
It is.
Thanks a lot, Joe. Normally, it's build it and they will come, but for a new outdoor market in Cedar Rapids, people are already gathering. Before it's built, we'll explain. First, here's a look at the headlines you'll read in tomorrow's Gazette. Stay with your 24-hour news source, KCRG TV9.
KCRG TV9 weather is brought to you by Dupaco Community Credit Union.
Many people think of Clingers for our locally made Clinger brand paint. But did you know we also have great paints by Mythic brand with no VOCs? Ralph Lauren with all of the latest colors. Pratt & Lambert with paint that has primer built in. And always our own Clinger brand paint, which we take a personal pride in. Indoor or outdoor, residential, commercial, or industrial. If it has to do with paint, we've got you covered. Clinger Paint and Interiors in Cedar Rapids. Your complete decorating headquarters. And your complete painting headquarters, too.
Here in the heartland, kids grow up with all sorts of heroes. Sometimes it's their older brother or sister. Sometimes it's the high school quarterback. Heroes are also found in grandparents, farmers, and teachers. At Fairway, our heroes are people just like you, hard-working families who understand the value of a dollar. Fairway is built on the Midwest work ethic, selling farm fresh produce, only USDA choice beef, and keeping it all affordable. For you, our heroes.
I'm Gavin McGrath from Pat McGrath Dodge Country with a special offer for the people. Bring in any trade and get $8,000 off any select Dodge, Jeep, Chrysler, or Ram in stock. 2012 Chrysler 200 or Jeep Compass, $179 per month. Current minivan owner, trade it in on a new Grand Caravan or Town & Country and pay just $249 a month. So bring us your trade-in and get $8,000 off at Pat McGrath Dodge Country, Cedar Rapids. My name is Gavin McGrath, and I'm a dealer for the people.
Watch the KCRG TV9 newscasts you want, even when you're on the go. Click on KCRG.com for live streaming newscasts every day.
Hi, Scott Sanborn here. Every day you see ads for companies claiming to pay the highest price for your unused jewelry and gold coins. Before you sell your valuables, consider the facts. The Gold Estate Bullion Center has purchased over $5 million of items from their customers over the last 12 months. Every day they pay top dollar for gold and silver jewelry, coin, bullion, and much more. Precious metals prices are near record highs, so now's the time to sell your valuables to the Gold Estate. With 4 convenient locations, nobody pays more.
The simple joy of an unexpected day off. With everything from platters and sandwiches to oatmeal and real fruit smoothies, McDonald's breakfast variety puts the "or" in good morning.
In Central City, the entire community is invested in our school system.
The quality of the school was a big factor in our decision to move here.
Every Central City 5th grader receives a laptop computer they use until graduation.
Our kids can do it all here. Sports, academics, music, theater, robotics, speech, everything.
Central City's average student-to-teacher ratio is just 10 to 1. Come see for yourself in Central City. Education is central.
An outdoor market in the new Bohemian district of Cedar Rapids is getting a lot of interest from prospective vendors, and it hasn't even been built yet. Today, around 75 business owners and farmers gathered at CSPS Hall in Cedar Rapids, also in the New Bow area. Organizers explained vendor criteria, the rules, the regulations, and projected pricing to rent space on the New Bow City Market's ground floor. After the 2008 flood devastated that area, officials say the growing interest is a sign the project will bring new life to the neighborhood.
We're going to create some jobs, we're going to help along some entrepreneurs, and we're going to support the farmers of the area as well.
Officials will break ground on the market next Monday. It's expected to open to the public November 1st. When it comes to renewable energy, Iowa remains a leader. That's according to multiple reports released this week. Iowa is ranked second in overall wind energy capacity. Texas is the only state on top. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, renewable energy sources produced 17% of all electricity generated in the state last year. That's the largest increase from 1% in 2001. Mortgage rates fell again this week across the country. A 15-year fixed rate hit another record low. This is a reversal of projections that interest rates would start to increase. Economists are blaming the low rates on slow job growth in March. In a developing international story, it looks like North Korea has failed in its latest rocket launch attempt. U.S. officials confirmed that North Korea launched a rocket today. It broke apart about a minute after launch. The international community warned North Korea against launching the rocket. The UN Security Council will meet on Friday to decide a response to that launch. The Colonels try to keep their winning streak alive, and Scott will feature tonight's TV9 Athlete of the Week. Stay with your 24-hour news source, KCRG TV9.
You know the feeling. It starts when you walk inside, and boom, it's that winning feeling. This kind or this kind? Or how about this kind? Win a Harley-Davidson motorcycle, mule utility vehicle, or low pontoon boat on April 29th in the Toys of Summer giveaway. Qualifier drawings daily, April 1st through the 22nd. So come on, there's a world awaiting, and we'll exceed your expectations. I'll get winning.
Under President Obama, domestic oil production's at an 8-year high.
Oh, really? His own administration admits production's down where Obama's in charge. The real story.
A lot of these increases in production went back to Bush-era decisions, and most of them, of course, are on private land. So you're taking credit for this boost in exploration, which is not really fair.
Taking credit for others' hard work. Typical Washington. No matter how Obama spins it, gas costs too much. Tell Obama stop blaming others. Work to pass better energy policies.
There are 5 cell phone users in this house, so I looked hard at phone companies.
U.S. Cellular has changed wireless.
Only U.S. Cellular has a rewards program like the airlines, where you earn points for things like new phones or to get rid of overages. AT&T, Verizon, they don't have that. I've done the math, and we definitely get the most from U.S. Cellular.
Switch to U.S. Cellular and get a $100 credit for activating any device. The U.S. Cellular Rewards Program. Another reason we have the happiest customers in wireless.
Tomorrow morning.
Your federal taxes are due next Tuesday. We'll tell you how to avoid scams aimed at your refund. And someone's old trash could be your treasure and help a local organization too. More on a new secondhand store supporting a community cause.
How to turn your fat belly into a flat belly with Dr. Travis Stork. Wait, what? Next, Rachel.
Tomorrow at 3 on KCRG TV9.
KCRG TV9 Sports is brought to you by Applebee's.
It's the annual Spring Tool Sale this Friday and Saturday at Acme Tools. Take 10% off our guaranteed low prices on most everything in the store, including over 40 participating vendors like DeWalt, Milwaukee, Jet, Makita, Bosch, Portacable, Delta, Hitachi, and many others. Visit with factory reps and try before you buy. Plus, register for a special prize package from Milwaukee Tool. Don't miss it. The annual Spring Tool Sale this Friday and Saturday only at Acme Tools.
Now, KCRG TV9 Sports with Scott Sable.
The days of Iowa, Iowa State, UNI, and Drake playing each other annually in basketball are history. Starting this season, they will meet in the Big Four Classic at Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines. On December 15th, Iowa will face UNI. Iowa State will take on Drake in back-to-back games at the Well. The initial contract covers the next 4 years. Big news from high school basketball. Longtime Mid-Prairie boys basketball coach Don Showalter is changing schools. Showalter's been named the head boys basketball coach at City High. Don has taken 6 teams to state and without question is one of the top coaches in Iowa. More basketball news. Several reports say former Iowa Mr. Basketball Jared Uthoff is asked to be released from his scholarship at Wisconsin and plans on transferring. North Cedar standout Jordan Hayes accepted a scholarship to play at Upper Iowa. Jordan averaged 23 points and 9 boards a game this season. The Diamond, the Colonels try to win their 4th straight tonight against the Quad City River Bandits. Bottom 4 trailing 3-0. Andy Workman, the shot to the left side. Third baseman can't handle it. Caleb Coward scores, and it's 3-1. 2 batters later, Abel Baker, willing and able, drills it to deep center field all the way to the wall. 2-run score, and we were tied up at 3. Bottom 8 trailing 5-3. Coward hammers this one to deep left field. Get out of here. Blow, wind, blow. No. Off the top of the wall. Wendell Soto scores to make it 5-4, but it wasn't enough. River Bandits win it 6-4. Same 2 teams tomorrow night. Finally this evening, it's time for another edition of the KCRG TV9 Athlete of the Week, sponsored by the Billion Auto Group. Kennedy senior Alexa Mitchell is playing full-time on the varsity for the first time in her high school career. And Alexa is taking full advantage of that opportunity. Playing number 4 singles, Mitchell is undefeated this season in singles and doubles play, winning the Vance Fuller Invite and the Top Gun Invite in Waterloo.
I did work on the off-season a lot, so it's paid off.
Is that something where you said, this is my senior year, I'm going to go out with a bang?
Yeah, I definitely wanted to have a good season my senior year.
She took lessons in the off season. She organized workouts for some of the other girls, and hopefully it'll pay off for our whole team.
How's your tennis game improved that you're undefeated now?
I just try to keep the ball in play, try to outlast my opponents. That's my main strategy, I guess.
What kind of goals have you set for the rest of the year?
It's obviously every high school athlete's dream to make it to state, so I guess that's long-term what I'm looking forward to.
Okay, I haven't played tennis in probably a decade.